I want to talk about the continuing saga of the Mar-a-Lago search bullshit that Trump is falling ass into an espionage charge. First of all, let me just say, his liars are moronic.
Revealed that classified documents were mixed in with clothes, gifts, magazine clippings. There are also questions about empty folders that were found, 48 of them marked classified, 42 marked returned to staff secretary, military aid. We don't know if anything is missing, but the official line from the Trump team has been to downplay everything and compare it to overdue library books. I suspect he is going to try to defend all of this in his own Trumpian way.
I'm having a hard time wrapping my brain around this whole thing. It's so bad. And if you've seen Bill Barr and Karl Rove, anyone who's familiar with classified documents knows how unbelievably awful this is and how lame everything that Trump has been saying about this and his team. This is crazy time. And it's very dangerous, very friggin' dangerous. And we don't know where these documents have gone. We don't know these empty folders, 40 some empty folders. I mean, stops, classified. This is extremely dangerous, extremely dangerous.
And Charlie, even Trump's own attorney general, former attorney general Bill Barr, as Al Franken was just saying, he is not buying this. And let's listen to what he had to say.
If, in fact, he sort of stood over scores of boxes, not really knowing what was in them, and said, I hereby declassify everything in here, that would be such an abuse and show such recklessness that it's almost worse than taking the documents.
I think Bill Barr's right. I mean, what Donald Trump has done here, I mean, he was totally careless, reckless, and as Al said, dangerous with the way he has handled classified material. Hell, he absconded with it is what he did. And Al Franken and I both know we had the privilege to sit in classified briefings, and they would hand us paper. We would read the paper, and we would give it back. Any of us who would have walked out with those documents, and then chose not to, return them. Of course, a G-man's going to show up at our house, and they're going to take them back. It's just the way it is. I mean, this is a pretty straightforward case. I urge my colleagues at the time of the search of Trump's home to be very measured, be very careful, because this is not a time to start defending a man who has done something that any member of Congress, if they had done this, I'm sure they'd be prosecuted for it. And Trump is dangerous. And as Barr said, the fact that how could he declassify this stuff? There's a process to do this. He didn't do any of it, and we all know it. And so, bottom line is that I think Trump's got a lot of problems here, and Republicans should stay a million miles away from him right now, if they ask my opinion.
But fortunately, they picked a hand-chosen judge that literally was appointed after Donald Trump lost the election. Mitch McConnell rushed her through because they knew they were going to need a judge down there in southern Florida. Well, her deal's going to fall completely apart.
The opinion, I think, was wrong, and I think the government should appeal it. It's deeply flawed in a number of ways. I don't think the appointment of a special master is going to hold up, but even if it does, I don't see it fundamentally changing the trajectory. In other words, I don't think it changes the ball game so much as maybe we'll have a rain delay for a couple of innings.
Looks like the DOJ is going to appeal that, going to the 11th Circuit, and there's no way in hell it's going to be upheld. Because the judge is kind of dumb.
The former president appeared to praise Judge Aileen Cannon, posting a statement saying, quote, "It takes courage and guts to fight a totally corrupt Department of Justice and FBI." But Judge Cannon is being slammed on other fronts. New York University law professor Chris Sprigman saying on Twitter, Cannon's decision is, quote, "partisan hack judging." Others, while not going that far, do say the optics of Judge Cannon's connection to Trump at least raise questions.
I don't know whether she was partisan because she was appointed by Trump. It does seem that she certainly bent over backwards to help him in this case.
Rogers disagrees with Cannon's support of Trump's claim that he suffered irreparable harm in the seizing of the documents from Mar-a-Lago.
She said in it that the president had not weighed in as to, if the executive privilege still existed. And, they damn sure did. Actually, what happened was they deferred it to the archivists, and they said no. So Joe did weigh in, and that's going to blow her deal completely apart.
And she believes Cannon overstepped in ordering the Justice Department to temporarily stop using the seized documents in its investigation in the Mar-a-Lago case.
Upon what authority did Judge Cannon actually tell the Justice Department how it can and cannot conduct its investigations?
Some of this stuff is just ridiculous. But fortunately, Trump's lawyers are morons. Maybe he should actually pay them. Rather than apparently paying one with a horse one time? Get the fuck out of here. My God. Giuliani, where are you? I'm Zachariah, Lone Star Liberal.
Man's going to show up at our house, and they're going to take him back. It's just the way it is, because this is not a time to start defending a man who has done something that any member of Congress, if they had done this, I'm sure they'd be prosecuted for it.